So are you all able to hear me? So please send me an S message if you are able to hear me. Okay. So we'll commence with the discussion of the topic. Okay. Consider the following statements. So the first question, so totally 90 questions are there. And in this paper, what you have to remember is 45 questions were from first year, 45 questions were framed from second PU. So there is equal weightage of first year and second year syllabus. So even in your the NEET examination also, you'll be having equal weightage of first year and second year. Sometimes I've seen that 46 questions are there from second year portions and 44 questions are from first year portions. Plus or minus one differences would be there. So but you should be prepared even for the first year PU portion. So it plays an important role. Even the present paper has been set with the same mode, and important topics, I've chosen the question and I've set the paper on that way. Okay. So it is a mixture of all type of questions from easy to difficult and tough. Okay. So consider the following statements. So four statements are there. So we have to give which of the statements are correct. Okay. Passive absorption of mineral salts is dependent on diffusion. Movement in cells against the concentration gradient is called as active transport. Water potential of impure water is higher than that of pure water. So which of the statements given above are correct? So there are choices. A, first and second statement are correct. B is first and third statement are correct. C is second and third statement are correct. D, first, second, and third, all the three statements are correct. Which is the correct statement? Which is the correct answer here?
Option A.
Anyone of you would like to? Why is it A, 1 and 2 are correct? Why is the third statement not correct?
Uh, when mixed with pure water is zero, sir. Otherwise, another solutions are less than zero only, sir. Negative.
Very true. So the highest water potential value is that of pure water, zero. So there is no value greater than zero in water potential. So the highest value is pure water. There can be no values greater than this zero. So the water potential of impure water is obviously going to be lesser than zero, not higher than zero. So pure water, water potential is zero. You know that value of it. So this statement, third statement is wrong. First and second statements are correct. So A is the right choice. First and second statements are correct. Okay. So second question, the stomata in angiosperms open and close due to. So they have given four choices due to their genetic constitution, the force of their habit, the pressure of gases inside the leaf, a change in the turgor pressure of the cord cells. So which is the reason for the opening and closing of stoma?
Option D, sir.
Very true. So option D, a change in the turgor pressure of the guard cells is the reason for the opening and closing of stoma. Okay, so that is the right answer. So the next question is uptake of mineral ions into the xylem is controlled by the uptake of mineral ions into the xylem is controlled by, is it epidermal cells, cortical cells, endodermal cells, or xylem cells? Which is the answer? See, the endodermal cells are going to control the uptake of mineral ions into the xylem because they are whatever the pathway of entry, whether it is apoplast or syncplast pathway of entry, when they are passing through the endodermal cells, it has to be through the living component of cell. So the protein channel or the transport protein which is present on the membrane of endodermal cells, they decide what the quantity and quality of ions to mineral ions to enter into the xylem. So C is the right answer, that is endodermal cells. So fourth question, which of the following is correctly matched? Passive transport of nutrients, ATP, that is wrongly matched. Apoplast, plasmodesmata, that is also wrongly matched. Symplast is plasmodesmata. So, and here active transport will have expenditure of ATP. So A and B statements are wrong. Potassium readily immobilized. Bacchanae of rice seedlings, F. Cook. So all these three statements are wrong. And potassium, which is readily immobilized. So this mineral nutrition will be discussing about this part of it. So potassium, it is readily, it can be immobilized. So NPK, yes. So from the older part of the leaves, so these substances can be remobilized. So that is NPKs, nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, and sulfur. They can be readily immobilized from the aging and senescent leaves. So the C is the right answer. Potassium is readily immobilized. Recognize the figure and find out the correct matching. So what is A? A represents the xylem. So B represents the probably the phloem. So let us check into the various combination of it. C is the palisade mesophyll. So C, A is C. The first one is C. C is palisade is right. D represents the guard cells. Okay. A represents the xylem. So B represents the phloem. So which is the right choice for this? So this is the right choice. C represents palisade mesophyll. D represents the guard cells. Okay. Then C, A is representing xylem. Okay. And B represents the phloem. So this is the right combination. So A is the correct answer. Okay. So that is what you have to remember to write in fifth one. A is the answer. So the next one, the term health is defined in many ways. The most accurate definition of the health would be, this is as per World Health Organization, has defined health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being of an organism, and not just freedom from disease or infirmity. A person is unhealthy even if he is not socially healthy. Okay, it is not just about physical health, physical, mental, and social well being of an organism, all the three domains. So, the most accurate definition of the health would be as per WHO, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well being of an organism. This is the appropriate definition for health. Okay. The group of disease carried by insects is, can you tell me which are the group of diseases that are carried by insects?
Option D, sir.
D.
Option, yes, malaria is caused by the mosquito. Filaria, that is elephantiasis, is caused by mosquito. Yellow fever is also caused by an insect. So all these three are caused by insect, which is a vector. So it is a vector. So insect is a vector. D is the right answer here. So the group of diseases carried by insect is D. Okay. So match the bacterial disease given under column 1 with the causative bacteria under column 2. So this is also, see here, 4 questions are asked in one question. 4 in 1. This is variety of question that you can remember. So column 1 is bacterial disease, pneumonia, Diplococcus pneumoniae, citrus canker, Xanthomonas citriae, cholera, Vibrio cholerae, leprosy, Mycobacterium leprae. So this combination, so AT, B, S, C, P, D, Q. So this is the right answer. D is the right answer. So A is D, A is T, B is yes, citrus canker is caused by Xanthomonas citriae. C, the cholera is caused by Vibrio cholerae. P, leprosy is caused by Mycobacterium leprae. Q. See, Yersinia pestis causes plague. So you should remember that Yersinia pestis is a bacteria which causes plague. So remember about that Yersinia pestis which causes plague. Match the following with the diseases and select the correct option. Why I chose this question was there were some sexually transmitted diseases also. See, Treponema pallidum is a bacteria which causes the sexually transmitted disease syphilis. Yersinia pestis causes plague. Bacillus anthracis, anthrax. It is also used as biological warfare weapon. So the Bacillus anthracis it causes anthrax. Vibrio it causes cholera. So Treponema pallidum A3. So whichever is having A3 is the right answer. So only one choice is having A3. So B is the right answer. Yersinia pestis is plague. B1. C. Bacillus anthracis is C2 and D4. So this is the correct choice. B is the correct choice. Ninth one. In case of ECHO R1, this is the naming of the restriction enzymes or restriction endonucleases. What does R represent? Does it represent genus, species, strain, order of discovery? What does it
Strains.
represent? It represents strain. So strain is the right answer. Okay. Nobel Prize of 1978 for restriction endonuclease technology was given to Temin and Baltor, Milstein and Kohler, Arban, Arber, Nathans and Smith, Hawley, Corona and Nierenberg. Which is the right answer? Restriction endonuclease technology. Okay. Recombinant DNA technology.
C, sir.
C. Arber, Nathan and Smith. Okay, so they have been awarded Nobel Prize for restriction endonuclease technology. So the question is 11th one, isn't it? So 11th is C is the answer. The crown gall tumor inducing capacity of Agrobacterium tumefaciens. So this causes crown gall disease. Agrobacterium tumefaciens is a bacterium. Okay, is located in, so this disease causing capacity is located in extra chromosomal portion called as TI plasmid. C is the answer again, TI plasmid. Okay, for plant cells, we are going to use the host cell as Agrobacterium tumefaciens, and the plasmids we use TI plasmid in case of plant cells. Okay, Taq polymerase enzyme is obtained from TAQ. So it's an acronym. Can you tell me which is it is obtained
Thermus
from Taq
aquatic.
polymerase?
Option B, sir.
Very B is the right answer. Thermus aquaticus. We are going to get the Taq polymerase enzyme is obtained from Thermus aquaticus. Polymerase chain reaction is related with cloning of DNA, selective replication of DNA, amplification of DNA, all of these. What is the answer for it? All of these. Okay, so polymerase chain reaction is related with uh, all these factors. 14th one, isn't it? 14D is the right answer. So match the following. Eurythermal. So what do you mean by eurythermal organisms? So they have wide range of temperature change they can withstand. Stenothermal organism, narrow range temperature range that they can withstand. So eurythermal is A is 2, B is 4, C is 1. Uh, so that is what it is. D is 3. So body temperature varies in poikilothermic animals. Endothermic organism body temperature remains constant. So C is 1, D is 3. So the A is the right answer for this particular question. Okay. So this is the right question, right answer. That is A. Consider the following statements. Green muffler scheme involves growing green plants along roadside to reduce air pollution. Delhi became the first city of the world to use CNG for its public transport system. In India, the Air Prevention and Control of Pollution Act came into force in 1981, but was amended in 1987 to include noise as an air pollutant. Which of the given statement above are Correct. Which of them are correct? See, 2 and 3 statements are correct. So second and third statement are correct. Okay. So the first one is not the relevant or appropriate statement. So 2 and 3 are the correct statements there. So which of the following type of ecosystem is expected in an area where evaporation exceeds precipitation and mean annual rainfall is below 100 millimeter? I think you should be able to answer this. Which of those ecosystem it is?
Deserts.
Very true. It is desert. Desert ecosystem is an area where evaporation exceeds precipitation and mean annual rainfall is less than 100 mm. So Acacia, Prosopis, and Caparis belong to. See, they are all having thorn. They are all xerophytic plants. Okay. So does it belong to deciduous forest or tropical forest, thorn forest, or evergreen forest? See, they belong to which forest?
Thorn forest.
So the answer is thorn forest. So 19th one, match the following columns. 21st March. See, 5th June, it is correctly matched. It is World Environment Day. 5th June. So D is 4. So here, which is the choice? So first A and B, they are having D is 4. So they have the correct choices here. So the 21st March is World Forest Day. 22nd March is World Water Day. 22nd March is World Water Day. FWE, you can remember it as FWEE. So World Forest Day, World Water Day. 22nd April is World Earth Day. So the right answer for this would be, so this B 1324. Okay, so this is the right choice for it. 21st March is the World Forest Day. So FWE, you can remember it as 22nd March. Next day itself, it is going to be the World Water Day, and 22nd April is going to be the World Earth Day, FWE. So Forest Day, Water Day, then Earth Day is on 22nd April. 1 month from March, it is the Earth Day. After Water Day, it is Earth Day. So which of the following is a difference between bacteria and archaea? Archaea are unicellular and bacteria are colonial. The genes of archaea have introns, whereas bacteria lack introns. They have a different chemical in their cell wall. So bacteria are autotrophic and archaea are heterotrophic. So they have a different chemical in their cell wall is the appropriate answer for the difference between bacteria and archaea. So they have different chemical in their cell wall is the right answer. So 20th C is the answer. Chemosynthetic bacteria do not need sunlight to grow because they prepare their food without the help of light. They do not like sunlight brightness. Due to the absence of chlorophyll, they are incapable of manufacturing their own food. They use other kind of light for manufacturing their own food. Which is the answer for this 21st?
Option A.
Option C, sir.
Option A is the right answer. So they are going to prepare their food without the help of light. Chemosynthetic, not photosynthetic. It is chemosynthetic bacteria. That is the reason they do not need sunlight to grow because they prepare their food without the help of light. 22nd, when DNA is exchanged via cytoplasmic bridges between two bacteria, so the process is called.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir,
Yes, what is it?
so 21st answer they given C, sir.
21st. Yeah, let me check it once. No, 21st is A. 21st is A is the answer. I have the answer key also with me. 21st A is the answer. Okay. So please cross check it again. If they have given it, it might be typing error also. Sometimes it has happened. So it is.
In my test also they given A only.
So 21st A is the answer. Okay. 22nd, when DNA is exchanged via cytoplasmic bridges between two bacteria, what is the process called as? So there is bridge formed. So whenever I was discussing about the prokaryotic bacteria, I told about pili. Pili are also called as sex pili. They come in surface contact. So especially E. coli, there is F plus and F minus, one with fertility factor, one without fertility factor. One is a donor of genetic material, another is a recipient of genetic material. The pili of these two bacteria, F plus and F minus, of E. coli, they come together, and the membrane between this pili, they disassociate, and they form a constant bridge, continuous bridge between these two cells. We call it as conjugation bridge. So this process is taking place in conjugation, and the genetic material from the donor bacteria, it enters into the recipient bacteria. So this process is nothing but conjugation. Remember, conjugation. Okay, there they form the conjugation bridge. Okay. In bacteria, DNA is double-stranded and circular, scattered, enclosed in nucleus, four in number in nucleus. What is they? What are they? In bacteria, DNA is
Yes.
double-stranded and circular. Which of the following is a rod-shaped bacterium? Can you tell me which of the following is a rod-shaped bacterium?
Bacillus, sir.
Very true, Bacillus subtilis. So coccus, whenever it comes, it is spherical. Vibrio means comma-shaped bacteria. So Bacillus subtilis is a rod-shaped bacterium. Okay. So 25th question, cell tissue grade of organization. Where does it occur in? Is it in hydra, cellular level of organization, sponge, starfish, liver fluke? What is the answer? So the cellular grade of organization, you notice it in sponge. Hydra exhibits the tissue level of organization, isn't it? Later on, they are all going to exhibit organ and organ system level of organization. But sponges, they are cellular grade of organization. You can see in phylum Porifera. Sponges belong to Porifera. Phylum, the uh, nematocyst, or phylum uh, Ctenophora, and phylum Coelenterata. So you can notice this hydra, which will be having tissue grade of organization. So the answer is sponge. The adult animal in this phylum is radially symmetrical, and the larvae is bilaterally symmetrical. Which is this phylum? Echinodermata exhibits this. See, only two groups of phylum will have radially symmetrical animals completely. One is the phylum Coelenterata, another is Ctenophora. So where you have this the combs, so walnut combs, you have those as example. Echinodermata is the only phylum where the adults are radially symmetrical and the larvae is bilaterally symmetrical. So Echinodermata is the answer for this. 27th, match the following columns. So this was a little out of what you are studying. Camel and llama, it is not lambs, llama. RBCs are nucleated, whereas in all the other mammals, RBCs are enucleate. They don't have nucleus. Camel and llamas, mammals, are the only mammals which are having RBCs nucleated. Okay, macropus and opossum. So what do you find in them is scrotum is in front of penis. So macropus and opossum, scrotum is in front of the penis. Okay, elephant and prototherians, abdominal testis. So the testis is within the body, that is within the abdomen. So they are not in the uh, what do you call it as in the scrotum. So they are within the abdomen. So this combination, which is the right answer for this? So it would be A3, B2, C1. A3, B2, C1. So B is the right answer. A3, B2, and C1 is the right answer. In mammals, diaphragm make a partition between lungs and stomach, stomach and heart, thoracic and abdominal cavities, lungs and heart. Which is the right answer for this?
Option C, sir.
Thorax, C, thoracic and abdominal cavity, they are going to form a partition between the thoracic and abdominal cavity, that is diaphragm. So remember about that. Bone marrow is absent in reptilia, amphibia, fishes, birds. Hollow pneumatic bones, birds. So bone marrow is absent in birds. So remember that. So mammary glands are modified sweat glands, ceruminous glands, glands of Zeiss, inguinal gland. Mammary glands are modified sweat glands. 30th A is the answer. Urinary bladder is present in snakes, crocodiles, ostriches, alligators. So ostrich has an urinary bladder. So they are not present in the reptiles, that is snakes, crocodiles, alligators. Urinary bladder is not present. In birds, ostrich, it is having the urinary bladder. So the flightless bird among the following is, can you tell me which is the flightless bird among the following? Strutio, this is the scientific name of ostrich. It's a flightless bird. Columba is the scientific name of pigeon. Corvus is the scientific name of crow. Neophron, I do not know. Anyway, you just cross check it. So the flightless bird, I always remember ostrich as Shruti, not Shrutio. Shruti, somehow you have to remember it, isn't it? So ostrich, scientific name is Shrutio. So it is a flightless bird among the following examples. Fish that remains attached with the body of shark using its dorsal fin, which is modified into sucker, is seen in which fish? Echinus, Clarias magor, betta, the fighting fish. Which one among them is a modified? Uh, the fin is modified into sucker and they are attached to the body of shark. It's a very simple answer. Echinus or sucker fish is the answer for it. Okay. The correct sequence in cell cycle is, this is again a very easy question. What is the correct sequence in cell cycle?
C.
SC. G1, yes, G2 and MC is the right answer. Amount of cellular DNA increases during cytokinesis, fertilization, mutation, respiration. See, amount of cellular DNA, it increases. Very
Fertilization,
true.
sir.
When two gametes are fusing, so the nucleus, so DNA is going to increase there. Okay, from haploid set of chromosomes having DNA to diploid set of chromosomes having DNA in the zygote, you can notice. If they had given synthetic stage, so you could have said that the synthesis stage, yes stage, but here they have given fertilization is the right answer. The amount of cellular DNA increases during fertilization. Dyad is a pair of sister chromatids, non-sister chromatids, homologous chromosomes, non-homologous chromosomes. Dyad is a pair of homologous chromosomes. Select the correct match column 1 with column 2. So you know about the different stages of prophase 1 is very important. Leptotin, zygotin, pachytin, diplotin, and diakinesis. Diakinesis is the final stage. Synapses of homologous chromosome. When does this takes place? It takes place in the pairing up of homologous chromosome. It takes place in the zygotin stage, A2. Okay. Transition to metaphase 1. So after diakinesis, A2, B4. So B4. So this is the only option that is there. So A2, B4 after diakinesis, interzonal spindle fiber stage is in anaphase. Terminalization starting stage takes place in diplotin. So LZP D square, you remember leptotin, zygotin, pachytin, diplotin, diakinesis. Diakinesis is the final stage of prophase 1. Terminalization takes place there. Commencement of terminalization, it takes place from diplotin. Okay, so this is the answer. B is the right answer. So during photosynthesis, what is happening? Water gets reduced and carbon dioxide gets oxidized. Carbon dioxide gets reduced and water gets oxidized. Both A and B, both carbon dioxide and water get reduced. So which is the answer for this 38th one? So what is happening exactly in the photosynthesis part of it? See, carbon dioxide gets reduced and water gets oxidized. Okay, so that is what is happening during photosynthesis. So the carbon dioxide gets reduced and water gets oxidized. So reduction is one is removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen, or you can also remember it as uh, rig, that is gain of electrons. RIG, reduction is gain of electrons. Oil, oxidation is loss of electron. You can remember through this mnemonics. RIG, RIG, that is reduction is gain of electrons. Oxidation, oil, OIL, oxidation is loss of electrons, or it is a gain of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. So these are the various definition for it. So carbon dioxide gets reduced and water gets oxidized. Okay. So the B is the right answer for photosynthesis. The Kelvin cycle proceeds in three stages. Identify the correct sequence. First stage is carbon dioxide fixation. We call it as carboxylation. Three is the first stage. Second stage is reduction. Okay, during which carbohydrate is formed at the expense of photochemically made ATP and NADPH. Last step is regeneration, during which ribulose 1,5 biphosphate is formed. Okay, so 3, 1, 2 is the right answer. So the correct sequence would be A, 3, 1, 2. Carboxylation, reduction. Third would be regeneration. Which of the following characteristics out of A, B, and C are exhibited by C4 plants? Kranz anatomy, C4 plants have it. The first product of photosynthesis, oxaloacetic acid. Both PEP carboxylase and ribulose biphosphate carboxylate act as carboxylating enzymes. All the three are correct statements. Okay, all the three are characteristics of C4 plants. So the answer is D. So A, B, and C are characteristics of C4 plant. 41st, a point at which eliminated plant part stops absorbing carbon dioxide from their environment is known as carbon dioxide compensation point, saturation point, optimum point, limiting point. The answer is when they stop taking carbon dioxide from the environment. So that point we call it as carbon dioxide compensation point. 41st, A is the answer. So this is easy one. The law of limiting factor was proposed by who put forth this law of limiting factor? Blackman. The answer is C, Blackman. So 43rd, if carbon dioxide concentration increases in atmosphere, then which of the following plant will be benefited? If carbon dioxide concentration increases in atmosphere, which of the following plants will be benefited? The answer is tomato and bell pepper. Can you tell me why tomato and bell pepper? Can anyone give me why it is tomato and bell pepper? What is the reason for it? Why is it tomato and bell pepper is the answer? See, reason is all this A, B, and C, D, A, B, and D, they are all C4 plants. Okay, so carbon dioxide concentration, they don't affect them much because they would have already taken maximum amount of carbon dioxide. But tomato and bell pepper plant, they are C3 plants. So the changes in carbon dioxide concentration in atmosphere, so if it increases also, it benefits them. If decreases also, it harms them. So tomato and bell pepper, that is the capsicum, the ದಪ್ಪಮೆಣಸಿನಕಾಯಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, that is itself is bell pepper. So these two are going to be the C3 plants. So carbon dioxide concentration increase, it will benefit them. So the answer is tomato and bell pepper. So how much energy is released by the aerobic oxidation of one molecule of glucose or 1 mole of glucose? So it is going to be 686 kilocalories. So when you convert it into calories, it would be 6,86,000 calories. Okay, 686 kilocalories, you can say it as, or you can call it as 6,86,000 calories. Okay, that is the right answer. B is the right answer. Final electron acceptor in electron transport system. See, this is taking place in respiration. So respiration, especially the inner membrane of mitochondria, which we call it as cristae. Cristae has Racker's particle. On this, they are undergoing this electron transport chain. Okay, so during which the energy rich food molecules are broken down into ATP molecules. One NADPH2 is converted into 3 ATP, one FADH2 is converted into 2 ATP. That you have already studied in respiration. Here, final electron acceptor in this electron transport chain or electron transport system is oxygen. B, oxygen. 46, the wavelength of light absorbed by PR from PR form of phytochrome is. Okay. So what is the final wavelength of light absorbed by PR form? 680 nanometer is the answer. So 680 nanometer is taken up by this PR form of phytochrome. Okay, phytochrome red, far red, you know about those. So 680 nanometer. Net gain of ATP molecules during aerobic respiration is totally how many ATP molecules are formed during aerobic respiration? C is the answer, 36 molecules. Okay, and anaerobic respiration, how many ATP molecules are formed? Only 2 ATPs are formed. So you should remember about that. So 48th, net gain of ATP molecules during that is done. Net gain of ATP, 48, net gain of ATP from one molecule of glucose in glycolysis is net gain. So the gain is 2. Total ATPs formed are 8. So 1 ATP, 2 ATPs are formed. Okay. So the connecting link between glycolysis and Krebs cycle before pyruvate enters Krebs cycle is changed to, so pyruvate entering Krebs cycle, it is changed to what? Acetyl coenzyme A. D is the answer. It is changed to acetyl coenzyme A. 49th. So RQ, respiratory quotient is ratio of what? Carbon dioxide divided by oxygen. So carbon dioxide produced to oxygen consumed. So B is the answer. So RQ is ratio of carbon dioxide produced to oxygen consumed. Which one of the following statement is or are not true? One ATP molecule needs 32 kilojoules of energy. It should be kilocalories, not joules. So that is a wrong statement. So pentose phosphate pathway was discovered by Dickens. That is also wrong. When tripalmitin is used as a substrate, the RQ is uh, zero point 0.7. Energy released by one molecule of glucose on complete oxidation corresponds to 12,292 kilojoules. Okay, so this is also wrong. 686 kilocalories. So that is what we have given the answer for that. So the right answer for this, so the 51st, the right answer is C. A and D are not true. So A and D are uh, not true. Which of the following statement is or are not true? So the 51st, C it is A and D. So one molecule yields 32 and this is wrong statement. So pentose phosphate pathway was discovered by Dickens Fine. Tripalmitin, it is also right statement. So these two statements are right. So A and B, D are wrong statements. A permanent increase in size, volume, form, or weight of a plant, an irreversible increase. So this is nothing but definition of growth, isn't it? So A is the answer. 52nd, A is the answer, growth. The cotyledons of seeds enjoying hypogeal germination never become photosynthetic. Why do they never become photosynthetic? as they do not develop chlorophyll due to certain inhibitor, abscise immediately, do not come out of soil. This is the right answer. Hypogel means what? Within the soil. So the germination is within the soil. So cotyledons do not come out of the soil. As a result of it, they never become photosynthetic in monocots. Okay. Dicots, they are apigeal, they come above the soil. 54th, morphogenesis is controlled by an interaction between auxins and cytokinins. Auxins brings about the root formation, cytokinins brings about the shoot formation. So root initiation and shoot initiation. So that can be brought about by this auxins and cytokinesis. So morphogenesis is nothing but tissue culture. So the morphogenesis is controlled, the plant tissue culture is controlled by an interaction between auxins and cytokinins. And auxin, which is also a famous weedicide. So it is nothing but 2,4-D. It's a dicot herbicide or weedicide, we call it as. So 2,4-dichlorophenoxy trichloroacetic acid, dichlorophenoxy acetic acid, 2,4-dichlorophenoxy acetic acid. That is 2,4-D. For producing flowers, vernalization overcomes thermophase. They require lower temperatures, exposure. So vernalization helps in overcoming the thermophase. Vernalization can often be replaced by, so I think it is gibberellins. So 57th, the answer is C. Yes. So vernalization can be overcome by gibberellins. If you treat the seeds with gibberellins, so they start growing and they start producing flowers. Okay. Wheat, potato, and sugar beets are short day plants. SDP means short day plants, long day plants, day neutral plants, uh, long neutral plants. So there are only three options: short day plants, long day plants, day neutral plants. So what is the answer for this 58th one? See, they are all long day plants. So wheat, potato, and sugar beet. Okay, that is beetroots. They are all long day plants. So 58 B is the answer. Photoperiodic stimulus is picked up by phytohormones, stomata, phytochrome. So phytochrome picks up this photoperiodic stimulus. Okay. So next one, sperms of an animal species A cannot normally fertilize the ovum of another species B because the anti-fertilization of A and fertilization of B are not compatible. So anti-fertilization is that of sperms and fertilization is that of ovum. They are not compatible. So different species, they cannot undergo fertilization because anti-fertilization of A and fertilization of B are not compatible. Okay. So in most mammals, the testes are located in a scrotal sac for more space to visceral organisms, spermatogenesis, sex differentiation, independent functioning of kidney. So the answer is spermatogenesis. The testes are located in the scrotal sac for spermatogenesis. Uterus masculinus is uterus anteriorly. Seminal vesicle of man is called as uterus masculinus. So the seminal vesicle of man is called as uterus of man, uterus masculinus. Semen does not contain urine. So it does not contain urine. Match the column 1 with column 2. Hyaluronidase, so acrosomal reaction. So A is 1. Corpus luteum, they produce progesterone. So B is 3. A is 1, B is 3. Okay. B is 3. I think B, this itself will be the right answer. Gastrulation, so it is uh, the morphogenetic movement. Capacitation, sperm activation, colostrum, mammary gland. So E is 4. So the first milk is called as colostrum. So they are associated with mammary gland. So capacitation is the activation of sperm. D is 5. So B is the right answer. So column 1 with column 2, 65th Parturition. So delivery of baby, not body, it is delivery of baby from uterus. So we call it as parturition. Giving birth to a baby is called as parturition. Gestation is duration between pregnancy and birth. So A is 3, B is 4. A is 3. So there is only one choice. A is 3, B is 4. Ovulation. So the uh, release of egg from Graafian follicle. Ovulation is C is 2. Implantation. So the attachment of zygote to endometrium. Conception. So that is formation of zygote by fusion of the egg and sperm. We call it as conception. So E is 5. So this is the right answer. Okay, 65th. D is the right answer. Match the following and choose the correct option. After 1 month, heart is formed. So A is 4. End of 2 month, limbs and digit are formed. End of 3 months, so there is the external genitalia is formed. End of 3 months. Okay, 5 months there would be the hair on head. 6 months, the eyelids separate. So A is after 1 month, heart is formed. A is 4. Then B is end of 2 month. So it is B is 3, A is 4, B is 3. So C is the only option that is available. B is 3, C is 1, external genitalia, 3 months. Then D is 2, hair on head, 5 months. Okay, 6 months, E is 5, eyelids separate in the 6th month. So that is the various changes in the fetus within the mother's womb. So the 67, there are at least three methods of transmission available for AIDS, that is sexual, perinatal, and parenteral. Mother to child infection is called perinatal. So the B is the answer. 67, B is the answer. Gonorrhea is a sexually transmitted disease. It is caused by Neisseria gonorrhea. I always ask my students to remember ನೀನ್ ಸರಿಗಿದ್ರೆ gonorrhea ಬರಲ್ಲ. So that is how I ask them to remember Neisseria gonorrhea. So gonorrhea is caused by a bacteria, Neisseria gonorrhea. It is a sexually transmitted disease. Amniocentesis is a technique to estimate essential amino acids in the body, detect chromosomal anomalies in the fetus, reverse sex of the fetus, correct genetic disease of the fetus. So it is the detect chromosomal anomalies in the fetus by amniocentesis. It's a test. So wherein the chromosomal anomalies in the fetus is detected. So 69th, the answer is B. Gift involves transfer of a mixture of sperms and ova into the uterus, embryo into the uterus, a mixture of sperms and ova into the fallopian tube, zygote into the fallopian tube, gamete intrafallopian tube transfer. So it means fallopian tube. So C is the answer, a mixture of sperm and ova into the fallopian tube. So we call it as gift. Gamete intrafallopian uh, tube transfer. Okay, a mixture of sperms and ova is introduced into the fallopian tube. It's very easy to remember. Which of the following statements is correct with reference to a test tube baby? Fertilization of the egg is completed outside the body. The fertilization is then placed in the womb of the mother where the gestation is completed. So here is the correct statement. Okay. So the other things, fertilization of the egg is completed in the female genital tract. It is then taken out and grown in a large test tube. That is absolutely stupid and wrong statement also. We can't grow a baby in a test tube. Okay, so we do not have the technology yet. So a prematurely born baby is reared in an incubator. That is also a wrong statement. So fertilization of the egg and growth of the embryo is completed in a large test tube. Again, it's a wrong statement. So it is fertilization of the egg is completed outside the body, and the fertilized egg is then placed in the mother's womb, where the mother completes the gestation period and undergoes parturition, that is giving birth to young one. So A is the correct answer. 72nd, read the reason and follow it. So read the reason and assertion and reason carefully to mark the correct option in question. Infertility is the inability to produce children in spite of unprotected sexual cohabitation. Infertile couples could have children using assisted reproductive technologies or art. You can also call it as. See, both assertion and reason are correct, but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. So B is the answer for it. Both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. Okay. So remember that part of it. So the condition in which sperms have abnormal motility, it is called as asthenozoospermia. Azoospermia is absence of sperms in the semen. So asthenozoospermia is the answer where the sperms have abnormal motility. So the sperms having abnormal motility is in this asthenozoospermia. So match the column 1 with column 2 and select the correct answer from the codes given below. So it is very easy. Methanogens, so they are, um, so methanogens, they produce methane-rich fuel gas. Okay, fermenters, so they are large vessels for growing microbes. Organic waste in, so you can look in biological oxygen demand. It creates a biological oxygen demand. Biogas, so it is used in, um, so methanogens production of methane water. So A3, where is the right answer? A3, B4. Okay, so let me kind of check this answer again. 74, the answer is D. So A3, production of methane water, biogas is methane rich fuel gas, fermenters are large vessels for growing microbes, organic waste, it is going to increase the biological oxygen demand in water. So D is the right answer. The term antibiotics was introduced by S.A. Waxman. Which species produce more than 60 antibiotics? So this is a very good question. So the answer is, I think it is Bacillus. So the answer is 75th. The answer is Bacillus subtilis. Yes, it is correct. So more than 60 antibiotics can be produced by this Bacillus subtilis. Antibiotic flavicin, it's very easy. Aspergillus flavus. It is obtained from, antibiotic flavicin is obtained from this fungi, Aspergillus flavus. The global species diversity and land area covered by India with respect to the world is 2.4% is the global species diversity, and land area covered by world with respect to the world is 8.1%. So A is the right answer. 77th. A is
So
the
area is
answer.
2.4, no, sir. Diversity is 8.1,
Ade,
sir. Great. No?
Allah, land area is greater. Okay, 8% of the total world land area is, India is occupying 8% of the total world land area.
No, sir, the given textbook in 2.4, sir.
No, no, you cross check it again. So if you get it, you can send it. Maybe there might be an error, but as of the answer, and I remember it as 2.4% of the biodiversity and 8%. Okay, so we'll cross check it. If that is the answer, you please send me that photograph of the textbook where you have
The
that
page
content.
number
So we'll
261.
cross. You have that image with you,
No, sir, I have textbook.
Vishnuvardhan.
Yes, sir.
You have it with you now.
Yes, sir.
Can you read the sentence?
Although India has only 2.4% of world's land area, its share of global species diversity is an impressive 8.1%.
Is it NCRT book?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll cross check that. We'll keep it as of now. We'll take it up. The global species diversity. B is the answer. We'll take it up as. Let me cross check with. Sometimes the typographical errors are there. 77th A they have given. So, but as for textbook, so it is. So typographical error might have been there. So B is the answer. 8.1% of the global species diversity, and land area is 2.4%. Okay, so 78th, how many diversity countries are there in the world? 12 of them are there. Totally 12 mega diversity countries are there in the world. The alien species introduced into Lake Victoria that was responsible for extinction of cichlid fishes is Nile perch. So already in theory also they might have asked you these questions. So the answer is Nile perch. So 80th black buck which was hunted by Salman also. So this antelope cervicra which belongs to family Boridae, order Ceratiodactylia, class Mammalia, and phylum Chordata has been classified by International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources as near threatened. It is classified as near threatened. C is the answer. Main reason for disturbance of biological diversity is so destruction of natural habitats. That is one of the major reason for disturbance of biological diversity. So the 82nd, again, it is general knowledge one. Acid rains are produced by excess nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide from burning fossil fuels. A is the answer for the acid rains. So the nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide from burning fossil fuels. Catalytic converters are fitted in automobiles to reduce emission of harmful gases. Catalytic converters change unburned hydrocarbons into carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so 83rd, the answer is A. Yes, 83rd A is the answer. So carbon monoxide is harmful because it forms stable compound with hemoglobin. This is the major reason that it is very harmful, and it toxifies the body, poisons the body. It forms a stable compound with hemoglobin. Carbon monoxide is harmful because it forms a stable compound with hemoglobin. Okay, so that is the reason it is very harmful and leads to death of individuals also if they are exposed to high levels of carbon monoxide. So during ozone depletion, what acts as a catalyst? So is it calcium, magnesium, chloride, nitrogen? So chlorides act as catalysts. So during ozone depletion. So C is the answer. Which of the following can cause DNA damage and mutations in humans? So absorption of UVA and UVB, absorption of UVB, only the ultraviolet B causes DNA damage and mutations in human beings. So this is very harmful absorption of ultraviolet B rays. Okay. 87th, freon gas causing stratosphere ozone depletion is mainly released from refrigerators. This is quite easy one. Freon gas causing stratosphere ozone depletion is mainly released from refrigerator. So ozone hole enhances UV radiation reaching the earth, number of cataracts, skin cancers, all of the above. So the answer is UV radiations reaching the earth is enhanced by this ozone hole. So the 89th one, Seshachalam Hills, I think it is Biosphere Reserve, Jim Corbett National Park. So A2, B4, okay, C3, C3. So this is the answer. A is the answer. A is the answer. So D, Kolero Lake is bird sanctuary. So D1. So uniform erosion caused by running water. What is it called as? Is it called as sheet erosion, gully erosion, rill erosion, riparian erosion? So uniform erosion is sheet erosion. So the 90th one, the answer is sheet erosion. So that completes our discussion on this paper. You have any doubts or clarifications, dear students? You can ask me about it. Any doubts or clarifications?
No, sir.
Okay. So that one
Sir,
question you can cross check with NEET textbooks. See, sometimes NCERT book, even in the final examination paper, there might be one or two mistakes. They might give grace marks there. Okay. So keeping that in mind, what you have to do is, so the whatever information is in the NCERT book, the same thing you have to write it, remember it in your final NEET exams also. Okay. Yes. Someone was asking a doubt. Who was
sir,
that? Kusuma.
yes, sir.
Hmm.
Ozone
Was
hole
on
ozone hole enhances skin cancer also, no, sir.
hole enhances. See, what does it enhance? Hole ಆದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ? UV radiations. Ozone hole ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ UV radiation it cannot reach the earth. Only when UV radiation fall on us, it causes skin cancer.
Yes, sir.
So if they had asked the UV radiations coming through the ozone hole causes skin cancer, then that is right. Okay. So what does it provide a space for? UV radiations entering into earth. UV radiations ಅಲ್ಲೂ A ಮತ್ತೆ B ಇರುತ್ತೆ, but UVB can cause this DNA damage and mutation. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that is they are the things that you have to remember about. Okay then. So if any other doubts you have, students?